Good evening, everyone. My name's Paul Crosby. I'm the current chair of the Department of Biology. This room is used for teaching the science majors and biology majors too, of course. First introductory semester course to introduce them to the scope of cellular biology, essentially. There'll be some other footage you may be able to see of approximately what this lab looked like before we remodeled it. The lab next door is the same. McLane Hall, mostly the laboratory facilities date back to the 1950s. And it's a great pleasure, and we appreciate having the donors contribute money to allow this remodel of the lab.
I've taken another biology class in the past, and it was nothing like this. This class is far more interactive than the past. I used to sit in the back of that lab, and it was very hard for me to see the screen and to interact with the teachers. And our groups were set up sideways, so it wasn't really as interactive as this one is. We are set up in groups of circles, but it's still equal for everybody, because if one of our group members is facing the screen at the front, he still has access to the other screens around the room.
We were able to expand its size. It now accommodates 30 students compared to the previous 24. We've managed to stock it with all brand new state-of-the-art equipment and indeed state-of-the-art audio-visual equipment.
It was really cool coming into this biology class and getting to see all of the new technology. I'm a sophomore, so I've taken other chemistry labs in the past. I haven't taken any biology ones, but this has been a much better experience than I've had with other labs because of all of the technology, and it's just made it a lot easier to learn and understand the different concepts, because there's so many different ways that our instructor can give us examples by playing videos on the screens, which just for me helps me understand things way better. And then seeing the lecture on so many different screens, it really makes it so you can't miss anything, because if one screen's being blocked, there's other places that you can look and find the information, and so it makes it a lot easier to take notes.
The technology here is really advanced, and it helps us to share our work that we've done throughout lab from the cameras. So each group does their own different labs, and we are able to share them individually on the screens around the room. And we are able to see how the different results compare with our own.
It allows the instructor to switch between that mode or to broadcast whatever the instructor wants on all 5 of the screens on the walls. It also allows the instructor to use the Eigenboard behind me to do a whole variety of fairly sophisticated audiovisual display presentations to assist in student learning and ultimately in student success.
My name is Dulce Candoyan. I'm a graduate student here at Fresno State. My major is biology. I'm conducting research in Dr. Alejandro Calderon Uria's lab. I'm a teaching associate. I teach Biology 1A. It's an introductory class. Today in this lecture, we're going to learn about karyotyping and DNA extraction. We're going to do karyotyping to introduce the students to the abnormalities that you can have because of chromosomal defects. And then they're actually going to do DNA extraction to see how it's done.
My favorite thing about the new technology is the fact that when our instructor is doing a lecture, we're able to still see the lecture slide, and then she can take notes on the side. And so for me, one problem that I have in other classes is there will be a lecture slide up that'll have an example, and I'll really want to be looking at that and keeping that lecture slide in mind, and then the teacher will take that down and start writing notes. And that's really hard for me to follow both things. But it's really cool in this classroom because we have the lecture slides still up, and then we're able to look at the notes also, and so we really can understand all of the material just so much better.
We're extremely pleased to have this lab at our disposal, and we hope it is the first of many remodels. And it's a credit to Fresno State and brings us truly into the 21st century.